Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we've talked about the consolidated revenue fund account, we talked about federation account, we talked about capital accounts and contingency fund account. Then how are we meant to prepare the account? That is another area where we also need to look at after looking inwardly on all these. Now, let's look at the first question. Can we see the question page? Are we on the question page at our own end there too? Can we see the question?
Yes, we can see it.
You are given the following information on the inflow and outflow of Negro Nation as we have the import, exports, and thereabout, and they give us the outflow of everything. Now says you are required to prepare federation accounts, consolidated revenue fund accounts. That's the simplest they can give to you on this part. When such a question is going to be tested, the simplest we can is this. And if you look at the revenue allocation formula, do you understand? There is an adjustment here that we also need to look at. This one was as a result of rounding up of a figure. Now, I will do the adjustments later. Now, what I'm saying is this. This one is not, is 52.52. If you remember what I gave you here. Hello? You can still remember, you can still remember what I gave you here. The formula allocation I gave you. Yeah, 52.68 and 26.72. Why the last one happened to be 20.6. But because of the, I used it there to do the computation of that question. The Excel rounded it up, and as a result of that, that's why we're having 53. If you had everything, all the allocations together, then this end up to be higher than necessary. That's why I'm saying that we need to do the adjustment of. This one is 52.68. Why this one is 26.77? Do you understand? Why this one is 20.6? A total of everything will be 100. Let's go to the Excel page. Can we see the Excel page?
Not yet.
To solve the question, we are going to be able to solve the question now.
You can see now.
Now, let's now solve the question. How are we meant to? The first A part of the question say we should look into what? What does the first question say we should look at?
Federation account.
Yeah, let's go and solve the federation account. How is it meant to look like? Okay. Negro Nation. Is that not so?
Yes.
Is the question in thousands or in millions? As in abbreviated in thousands?
Thousands.
Millions. It's in millions.
It's a million, but they abbreviate it in thousands.
Yes.
Yeah. This is it. Now, if you look at the format given to you as for our last class, if you can still remember, what are the items to be considered in moving from one leg to another leg? The first thing, the question has no opening balance, we ignore. Are you with me?
Yes, we are with you.
Yes, sir.
Where you have the opening balance, you bring into board. But since we don't have, we ignore. Then we have the inflow. What are the inflow in the question we have? What are the things we can take as inflow under federation account?
Import duties.
Import duties,
Export duties.
let's take it one after the other. How much is the figure of import duties?
400 million. 400 million. That's 400,000. Since it's only
400 million. Okay. Aside that, what do we also have again? Export. Export. Export duty. What is the export duty figure?
300.
300.
300,000, yes. A million. The million.
Yeah. Then the next one. You'll be calling him on call it serially. I will tell you what and what you are meant to do, whether it's going to be there, it's not going to be. I will tell you. Just be calling the amount and the item.
Okay. SIS duties.
SIS duty 200,000.
How much is that SIS duty?
200,000.
200,000. Okay. The next one.
300,000.
What do you say?
Petroleum profit tax.
Petroleum profit tax, correct. How much is the petroleum profit tax?
80 million.
80 million.
Okay. What's the next one?
Yes, please. Company income tax.
Company income tax. How much is the company income tax? How much is the company income tax?
71 million.
71 million. The next one. If we to he will not be here. Any other one again?
Police personnel.
Remember what I told you? I said item Ed 1 to Ed 3 will appear here. And what is Ed 1? We have indirectors, Ed 2 directors, Ed 3 mining. Mining of what? Crude oil. Do you still remember? When it comes to what? Directors, because of company income tax, you are right on that one. Then the mining we are referring to, anything that has to do with what? The mineral resources, solid mineral resources will not enter here. Only the revenue from the petroleum that are meant to be recognized here. Do you understand? Now, based on what we now have now, what are the other items you have there that I will tell you where you are going to, those ones are meant to go to?
We have police personnel,
That
resident of Abuja.
That one will go to consider revenue fund account.
Then dividend from federal government investments.
It's going to Federation consider revenue fund account. It's federal government account.
Those are the inflows that we have.
Okay, down, which means these are the addition of what we have here. What is the total? This is what we have. Yeah. Now, after solving this, there is deduction based on the standard. If you want to take into consideration those deductions, how do we go from there? How do we handle those deductions? If you still remember, if by law, the question is not given that, the question you are giving is not stating that, but you know the standard, what the standard is talking about, what the law is talking about in terms of the Constitution and the Financial Act. Then, as a result of that, we look at it as what? Collection charges. What are the collection charges? What are the collection charges? Can you still remember the collection charges based on what we discussed? We have custom. Custom, how much is the percentage for custom? Custom service. That one is what? 7%. Then Federal Inland Revenue Service. Federal Inland Revenue Service. That one is what? 4% on non. Then we have
oil derivation.
Oil derivation, yeah. That one is what?
13%.
13%. Now, we now do the calculation based on revenue collected by each of those words. Now, if you look at it, custom, they are the one in charge of import, export, and excise. Then the calculation we do it in such a way that sum, what is the sum of everything there?
900 million.
9. Thank you. 7. We have 63. Then for the inland revenue, federal inland revenue, that one is what? 4% times income tax, because that's the only thing that relates to their own end. Then for the oil derivation, we have 13% times petroleum income. Addition of this will now be deducted from here.
Sir, sorry, sir. Oil derivation, 30% of what?
For petroleum profit.
You asked a question. Hello?
I said oil derivation, sir. 30% of what?
13% of that petroleum profit tax. That's the only related income relating to petroleum in the question. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Then all this deduction will now be deducted from the total inflow. Then we have what? Balance to what? Be allocated to the federal, state, and local government. Now say revenue allocation. Now, looking at it from the allocation, What do we have there? Can we look at it? What do we have there?
Well, federal government, 53%.
Now, on the federal government. Now, that was what I was trying to explain, that when you look at that, the federal government will now be 52.8%
68.
times 138,597,000. Why state? That
20,
one 50
26.72.
0.72% times 138,597,000. Then the last one, local government.
20.60.
That one is 20.60% times 1,138,597,000. This will be computed as
73 million.
my dear.
Okay.
You've done it at your end, Abby?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. 52% times this. Is it correct? Confirm it at your own end too.
Yes, it's correct.
That somebody will be sending message that the computation, this and that, is not correct. Then you now deduct the addition of everything here and see what we are going to get. What we are going to get is going to be nil. That is the end of the federation accounts. Any question?
Question, sir.
Please, others, any question, please?
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I was the one who sent a message that it was not correct actually. And I sent it because of those that actually joined the class later, so that the one actually makes that same mistake. And you did reply to that question, sir. And I sent you a question on developmental vote and all. See, now you've not replied to me, so you've not explained to me, sir.
Were you not part of the class when we solved the question?
I was not online at that actually, and I later went through the video and the material, and I saw it. And just for the people that actually joined it, that's why I asked that question. And on developmental vote, yes, I asked that question. You've not answered that. It wasn't part of what was told in the class. Sir.
Okay. On developmental votes, where there is no supply or the refund and there is no payment, such will not be posted. If you have posted it, you reverse it back. That's all. Then the one you talk of the petty cash that is not balanced or is not correct, there is no way I can get to know because we did it on what? On Excel.
Okay, sir.
And Excel will not give you one. There is no way Excel will give you one figure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, actually, I show you the column, sir. I guess when you were dragging the cursor, like you didn't drag it from the first expenses actually. So that's why I just call your attention to it. And so on that developmental vote account too, there is a part in the question that the goods get paid that was much than the money that was used to set to it. So there's a difference of like 100,000. In that case, how do we solve it, sir? Thank you, sir.
I don't get you. Your question is not clear.
On the question, there's a question that developmental vote. The LPO issued was 400,000, but when the liability was settled, it was settled say because of the invoice charged by that customer was 300,000. So there is an 100,000 difference. So in that case, how do we go about it?
Which means they are still owing that particular person 100,000. That is going to appear as liability to the government. Outstanding.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yes, I still didn't get the question, sir. The LPO was 400,000, but the customer, when he was charging his own invoice, charged them 300,000 naira, and they paid that 300,000. So there's still like a difference of 100,000, sir.
He issued 300,000 naira to them as invoice.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
You
sir.
raised
Issued 300,000. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He raised an invoice of
invoice.
300,000. Yes, sir.
Government will only pay based on the invoice they have, while the other one is still going to be an outstanding. When he raised the invoice for that one, they will balance.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
The payment is based on what? Wait, the payment will base on if the payment, for you to make a record of the what? Of the liability based on the LPO issue. That this is the supply. That LPO, is it relating to the supply? What the person supply based on the invoice the person raised? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was rated to that, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if the invoice raised at the end of the day is 300,000, government can only recognize the invoice raised. Definitely what the person supply is not up to 400,000. The LPO,
Yes,
local
sir.
purchase order, that is the one raised by the government. When the supply is coming on board, that supply is what is based on what? Invoice. Then what will now be the payment is the payment will now based on what the invoice government received. You can send the question to me or tell me the number of that question. We can look at it later. You can have a better understanding of it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Now let's now look at B part of the question. What does the B part of the question say we should look at?
Consolidated.
Consolidated revenue on account for the period. Okay? If we have opening balance, move the way we have done that one, that's where we are going to do this one, but the items are different. Now, where there is opening balance, you recognize it. If you don't have opening balance, you ignore. Balance brought forward. Do we have any balance brought forward?
No.
Where we don't have. Then revenue. What are the revenue items that are meant to go to federal government account? What are the revenue that are meant to go there? The first and foremost, what we have is what statutory allocation from the federation account. Statutory allocation. From the on the federation account. How much is the allocation from the federation account? For federal. Can you see it? Can you see the figure? That is one that is meant for federal. Is it cleared?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Now, what are the other revenue in the question? Check the question. Oh, yeah, give them to me.
Pay deduction from emolument of the armed forces.
Pay. The first one is what? Federal, what do you call the figure?
Deduction from the emolument of the armed forces.
Armed forces. Armed forces. How much is the figure?
55.
What do you call it?
400,000. That's a million.
The next one?
Police personnel.
Police personnel. Eh?
30,000.
What happened?
Police personnel is 30,000.
$30,000. The next one?
Resident of Abuja.
Resident of Abuja. How much?
20,000.
The next one?
Dividend from federal government investment.
Dividend. How much is the federal government investment? Dividend.
120,000.
120. The next one?
That's all.
Is that all?
Yes.
Then what's the total of the revenue now? Now, any expenditure?
Yes.
What are the expenditure?
Remuneration of statutory officers.
Remuneration of statutory officers. How much?
13,800,000.
13 million. The next one?
Recurrent expenditure.
How much?
1.5 million.
The next one?
Transfer to development fund.
How much?
2.5 million.
The next one.
Contingency fund.
How much?
20,000.
The next one.
That's all.
Okay. This is your closing balance. Which is the surplus. That's the end of the question. Any question? Any question? Hello? Absent of no question. Let's look at question 2. Are we good to go?
Yes.
Now let's look at question 2. Let's go to the question page to review the question together.
Sorry, hi guys, please, this page what?
Okay, the question, the solution page, the question page.
Yes, sir.
Page 32, 33.
Let's read it together. Eboda is one of the 30 states in Olakoma Federation. The federation has population of 120 million people with 700 local government councils and a land mass of 300,000 square meters, 300,000 square kilometers. Eboda has a population of 12 million, 25 local government council, and land mass of 30,000 square kilometers. The following information took place in the Office of Accountant General of Olakoma Federation during the year ended 31st December 2013. We have all these: crude oil sales, domestic oil receipts, miscellaneous oil receipts. We have royalty on crude oil. We have royalty on gas, rent of oil field, gas flood penalty, petroleum profit tax, company income tax. We have non-oil taxes, import duty, export duty. We have excise duty. We have custom penalty. We have custom feed account. We have common external tariff levy. We have court fees. We have pay of the armed forces. We have 7% port levy. We have value-added tax of 700. Now said Olakoma Customs Service is entitled to 7% cost of collection on all revenue collected. Why the Federal Inland Revenue is entitled to 4% of non-oil revenue. The sharing formula of federation accounts and VAT stated below. we have the state, we have the local government is stated based on what we have also discussed. Now, say 13% derivative is paid to the oil producing state, and this based on oil and gas related income. And now said sharing ratio in 2 above is based on this. Then we have equity, we have population, we have land mass, we have internally generated revenue efforts. Then we have the total internally generated revenue efforts of 30 states and 700 local government council amounted to 5 billion and 300 billion respectively. The total internally generated revenue effort of the Ebola state and 25 local governments amounted to 50 billion and 20 billion respectively. Ebola is not one of the oil producing states. All revenue due to all local governments in each state is paid to state joint local government accounts. This account is entitled to 10% of internally generated revenue of the state. It also required. State the difference between the federation account and consolidated revenue fund account. Can we answer that question? Hello? Good. Can we answer the difference between the federation account and consolidated revenue fund account? We prepared the account just now. We should be able to answer it. Are you all with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Now, federation account is the pool of accounts where the revenue that is meant to be shared by the 3 tiers of government are being paid into, which is head 1 to 3. That is the import direct tax. We have indirect tax, we have direct tax, and we have what? Revenue from oil. Anything has to do with oil is meant to pay into the federation account. Why the consolidated revenue fund account is the account that is meant to be managed by the federal government, is the account of the federal government where the income and expenditure of federal government are being accounted for. This is also applicable to state and local government level. They also prepare consolidated revenue fund. At local government, they call it income and expenditure, while at the state level, they call it consolidated revenue fund account, which shows the revenue generated and the expenditure incurred. That is the difference between the 2 accounts. We have answered A part. Let's look at the B part of the question. We now say B says, calculate Roman figure 1, Olakoma Customs Service cost of collection. Federal Inland Revenue Service cost of collection. 13% derivative pay to oil producing states. How do we go from there? Are we good to go? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go to you have the question with you because I'll be asking the question you'll be giving me, then we know how we're going to go from there. Now, let's go to the question page. Solution page. We've answered A, but the B part of the question. What does the B part of the question say we should do? B, Roman figure 1. What does that one say we should do?
It said we should calculate the cost of collection for the custom service.
Okay. Of which is it? What's the name of the organization? Ola what?
Olakoma.
Olakoma Custom Services.
Now, revenue generated by Ola Woman Custom Service. What are the revenue generated by the custom? Look at the question. What are the
Import
We have
duties.
import duties.
okay? This is in million. Do you notice that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They are depicted in millions. I'm expecting your
We have said import duties.
okay. Sorry, I did not hear. Import duties, okay?
Yes, sir.
Import duties. How much is the figure of the import duties?
255,000.
250.
5,000.
255,000. Is it correct? Please confirm.
It's
Yes,
correct.
correct.
The second one,
Export duties.
exports. Export duty. How much is it?
125,000.
125,000. Okay.
Excise duties.
Excise duty. How much?
320,000.
320,000.
Custom penalty charge.
Custom penalty charge. How much?
115,000.
150,000. Okay.
115. 115,000.
115. 115.
115.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. 115,000. Okay. The next one.
Custom fees account.
Custom okay.
120,000.
120,000. Okay.
That's all.
Are you sure?
Yes. Not
This
seeing any.
Look at
external
it very
tariff
well.
levy, custom external, this common external tariff levy is
Common external tariff, correct. Common external tariff. How much is that?
100,000.
100,000. What else again?
then there's this 7% port levy.
Yeah.
Port levy.
Mm.
How much is that?
25,000.
25,000.
What else again?
That's all.
Is that all?
Yes.
What's now the total of what we have?
216.
1,060,000,000.
This is what we have. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then collection charges now. Collection charges at what rate?
7%.
7%. This will now be 7% times the total revenue generated. This is what we have. Any question, please? B Roman figure 2. What's the next one they also say we should look at?
General revenue service cost of collection.
Federal, inland revenue service. Now, what are the revenue generated by the Federal Inland Revenue Service? What are the revenue? What are the revenue generated by Federal Inland Revenue Service? There's underground noise from somebody there, please.
We have company income tax.
Company income tax. How much is that?
500,000.
500,000, I mean.
Yes, sir.
The next one.
We have value added.
Value added will be added to this, but there is a way we are going to do it. Leave the
How
value
about
added
payee of armed forces? Abi?
not be there.
Okay.
Petroleum profit.
No. Non-oil revenue. That's
Okay,
what the
non-oil.
is on non-oil revenue.
That cost range.
Can you see other non-oil taxes?
Yes, other non-oil
Yes.
taxes.
Yes, other non-oil taxes. How much is that?
225,000.
25?
55.
225.
Okay. 225,000. Now, this amounted to 722. Why VAT is how much? Value added
That's
tax
700.
700, I mean.
Yes, sir.
Total of everything will not be how much?
That's 1425.
You will see the reason why I separated the VAT. Now, collection charges. Companies income tax collection charges. And other taxes. And other non-oil taxes.
Okay.
That's at what?
30%.
No, 4%, not 30. You hear me, so? Now, this will now be 4% times the addition of company income tax and other non-oil taxes. That is 29. Then value added tax. We also have another 4% for the federal inland revenue. That's 28. Addition of this for the federal inland revenue will be this. Now, the reason we are having the what? We have done it that way is because you are not meant to share, VAT is not meant to appear in the federation account. And we are going to need that in the future. We will not be separating the figure. That's why I separated it in the process. When we get to the future, as we are doing it, to not affect us.
Sorry, sir.
We have just to.
Okay.
How do you
What
get that
is it?
29K and 28K
How do you get 29K?
and 28,000?
Now, this one, 4% of the 725,000, that's 29. Why VAT is what? 700,000. That is 4% also being calculated for that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions before we go to the next one? Okay. Then the next one is what? Oil revenue. Let's look at oil revenue. Oil related revenue. Now, what are the oil related revenue, please?
Crude oil sale,
Come in, please. Now, oil related, I'm with you, crude oil sales.
Yes, sir.
Crude oil sales.
350,000.
350,000.
Yes, sir.
Domestic oil receipts,
Domestic oil receipts. How much is that?
445,000.
145,000.
445, sir.
Okay, 445,000. The next one.
Miscellaneous oil receipts.
What's the next one?
Miscellaneous oil receipt.
Miscellaneous.
Yes.
How much is that?
105,000.
105,000. Next one,
Royalty on crude oil.
royalty. Crude oil.
101,000.
101,000. Okay.
Royalty on gas.
Royalty on gas. How much?
95,000.
95,000. The next one,
Rentals on oil field.
rental of
On
oil,
oil field.
rental on oil field.
Yes, sir.
The next, how much?
87,000.
30,
87,000.
37,000.
87,000.
Okay, 87.
Yes, sir.
The next one,
Gas flood penalty.
gas lead penalty. How much?
77,000.
The next one,
Petroleum profits tax.
So this petroleum profit tax, is it not FIRSC that collect it?
anything that is related to oil for the computation of the revenue, we do account it for FRS.
Okay. So they will
That
not
is why
collect
they said they're
4%.
only entitled to 4% non-oil related revenue. 4% non-oil.
Okay.
Yeah. Petroleum what?
Profit tax.
Petroleum profit tax. How much?
650,000.
650.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which one again?
That's all.
Okay. The total figure. This is what we have.
Okay.
I've come up with what?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I just want to confirm this is the Roman figure 3 of the B part of the question that was solving, right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Now, 13% oil derivation to oil producing states. This is equals 13% times this figure.
Mm.
This is what we have.
Mm.
Any question?
No questions, sir.
So we haven't accounted for the court fees, though. Where would that be, sir?
Port levy.
Yeah. Yes.
Court fees, 30,000.
Yes.
Port fees.
That one is in CRF now, consolidated.
Is it
No.
port fee? That port fee is not under custom.
No.
No,
It should be FIRC.
We cannot charge court fee on custom.
It
Is
can
it
only go to
court fee you are
FIRC.
talking about or port fee?
Court fee, when you offend the
Port
judge now,
fee.
or you.
No, those one will not be here. They are not related to
Yes.
this.
Okay. So it's just a confusion.
Yeah. Any other one? Okay. Then what does the next question say we should do?
The C part. Calculate the amount to be credited to Consolidated Revenue Fund of Oklahoma Federal Government.
Okay. Now we are meant to prepare consolidated revenue of Oklahoma, which is the federal government.
So, sorry, sir. I want to ask a question on this
Yeah.
court fee. Like all these federal high court and all those, when they fine people, where do that money go?
It's going to the federal government account, which is the consolidated revenue fund.
Direct. Okay.
Direct.
All right. Thank you. So that we know where it goes when we see it.
Okay. Now, consolidated revenue now. That is it. This one is now C part, Abi.
Yes, sir.
See, Roman, how many questions do we have
Roman
under that?
figure 1.
See, Roman figure 1. Oh, this will not be too lengthy. Let's do it this way. You can do it on that. Don't worry. Let's do it.
This question should be like 30 Marco. This one that is taking long.
The question came out in 2014, and that question happened to be 40 marks. A lot of people had an issue relating to that question that time. Yeah. We now hear now consolidated
What 40 Marco?
Olakomabi. Olakoma. This is your Olakoma. Now, consolidated revenue on account.
And did you change your mind? You said it was going to be too long.
Eh?
Never mind, sir. Proceed, sir.
Feel free to talk. Why you say feel free to talk?
Because
You
you
ask
said
question.
earlier that the sheet was going to be too long. You were to break it, but I guess you've changed your mind. I was just saying.
There is
It's
a reason
okay.
for that. We see the reason now. I'm still coming back to the other side. I will demarcate it. When you are reading, you can be able to differentiate. Now, on this part, now let's look at the revenue in this account. What are the likely revenue that are meant to appear here?
That's here from the Federation account.
We have allocation, statutory allocation from the Federation account. Statutory but we have not prepared the statutory allocation. We have not prepared the Federation account. How will you go about it?
We'll now go back to add all the.
You will now go and do your workings. Is it clear? You will prepare a working note because they did not ask you to prepare federation account. Now say working note. Now working note 1. Our working note 1 will now be federation account.
Mhm.
Now, in the federation account, what and what do we have? Now, already you have done a summary of what make up the federation account. If you look at it holistically, you have done for custom, you have done for federal inland revenue, and at the same time, you have also done for what? Oil-related what?
Okay.
That are meant to appear in the federation account. What you just need to do, pick up the total, say custom what? Revenue from custom.
Mhm.
How much is the revenue from custom? This is it.
106,000.
Revenue from
FIS.
FIRS. How much is that? Now, this is where we are now. You are not meant to recognize VAT in the federation account. That was the reason why I didn't added the VAT initially. Do you remember now?
Yes.
Now, the only figure we are going to pick now is only this. That 700,000 is a separate account on its own. Now, mining, revenue from petroleum.
From oil.
Yeah. Now, oil revenue, how much is that? This is it.
1910.
This is the total of the figure we have. Then from there, collection charges. The collection charges, we have custom. How much is for custom?
7,400.
Federal, inland, revenue service. You recognize only that 29. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Then oil derivation. How much is that? We now add all this together. This will be deducted from the figure here. Okay, this is distributable what? Now, federal, state, local government. Now, from the end of the federal, what do we do there? We have 52 point what? Based on what we have in the question, 52.68%. Is that not so?
Yes.
Times 3, 3, 4, 3, 500. This one, we have 50 what? We have
26.72.
26.72%. I mean, times
Yes.
3, 3, 4, 3, 500.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wasu Yusuf. So
Yes.
we have another class by 5 p.m.
Yes, I will stop this one. I will continue next class. I understand. Let me just complete this one.
Okay.
Then we do our computation here and dot it. 52.68% times this. The second one, 96.72% times this. And the last one, we have 20.6% times this. There. All these will now be deducted from there and see whether we can secure non-extra figure. We have nil. Can you see it?
Yes.
That's how to go about it. That's the end of that one. Okay. We also need to do the what do we call it? Value added tax distribution. That one is direct. That will be your working note too. Value added tax account. How much is the VAT?
700,000.
700,000. Then value added tax 700. Collection charges. How much is the collection charges? We did the calculation That's 28,000. Abi?
Yes.
We deduct it. When we deduct it, then our answer will now be this. This will now be distributable what? Revenue. Now, here we have what? Federal, state, local government. Now, federal for VAT, federal is meant to collect what? 15%. 15% times 672,000. The next one, we have what? 50% for state. Then the last one, that one is 35%. Then that will now be deducted from here. %, times
100, 800.
Tell my personal person they do calculation well. It's very good in calculation. 100, 800. Fine. Okay. Then the next one is 50%. Oh yeah, my figure. Give me the figure, Joe. Why don't you talk now?
336,000.
And hear that.
And 35%.
Yes. Okay. Can you see it? Yeah. That is how to go about that. We still have other workings we are still going to do. But because you're having another class, I will need to stop here. I'll forward this one to you. Next class will continue from the same place. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Because we still have additional 2, 3 questions we are still going to solve. That is not even in this direction, but it's also the revenue fund account. All those ones we are still going to look at them one after the other. Thank you very much for part of this class. Enjoy the rest of your day. You're welcome.